You know that moment when a group photo gets taken? Everyone leans in, smiles, someone posts it, and within minutes it's online, except for one person. Their profile picture hasn't changed in 3 years. Their feed is empty. Maybe there are a few memes, maybe a picture of a sunset, but their own face? Nowhere. You scroll through their account and think, wait, do they even exist online? And it makes people curious. Are they hiding something? Are they insecure? Or are they just private? But psychology suggests something more interesting, because people who never post their photos online aren't all the same. Sometimes it's insecurity, sometimes it's personality, and sometimes it's a completely different way of seeing attention itself. So if you're someone who rarely posts your own photos, or you know someone who seems almost invisible online, here are a few psychological patterns that might explain why. First, there's the privacy protector. You probably know this type. Someone takes a photo at a party and immediately someone says, "Let's post it." Everyone nods, except that one person who quietly says, "Wait, can you not tag me?" They're not angry, not dramatic, just careful. Psychologically, these people tend to have very strong identity boundaries. To them, the internet isn't just a fun place to share memories. It's a permanent archive. Once something is posted, it can travel, be copied, be misunderstood. And their brain is constantly asking a question most people don't think about. Who actually owns my image once it's online? For them, privacy isn't secrecy. It's control. Control over how their identity exists in the world. Maybe that sounds familiar to you. Then there's another profile, the observer. This person is active online, but mostly silently. They watch stories, they scroll, they like posts occasionally. But when it comes to putting themselves out there, they hesitate. Not because they're hiding, because they prefer watching the social world rather than performing in it. Psychologically, many observers lean toward introversion or reflective thinking styles. Their brain processes social environments by absorbing information first. Think about it like this. Some people walk into a room and immediately start talking. Others sit back, watch the dynamics, read the energy of the room, and only speak when it feels meaningful. Online behavior often mirrors that exact pattern. For observers, social media is less like a stage and more like a window. Then there's the attention skeptic. This one is interesting. You know how social media runs on feedback loops? Post something, wait for likes, check comments, refresh. For some people, that loop feels exciting. For others, it feels strange. Attention skeptics tend to notice how quickly posting photos turns into comparison, validation seeking, or subtle competition. Who got more likes? Who looked better? Who went somewhere cooler? And at some point, their brain quietly decides something. I don't want my identity inside that system, so they step out of it. Not because they're antisocial, but because they're selective about where their attention goes. And then there's the invisible confidence type. This one surprises people, because society often assumes that people who don't post photos must feel insecure about themselves. But sometimes the opposite is true. Some individuals simply don't feel the need to broadcast themselves. Their identity isn't built around being seen, approved of, or documented. They enjoy moments without feeling the urge to turn them into content. Psychologically, this can reflect a strong internal sense of self, where experiences feel complete even if no one else witnesses them. In other words, the memory itself is enough. No likes required. But here's the twist. Most people who avoid posting their photos aren't strictly one type. They're a mixture. Maybe part privacy protector, part observer, maybe a little attention skeptic too. And over time, people often shift between these patterns depending on life stage, confidence, and how they relate to social spaces. So the next time you notice someone whose face never appears on their feed, it might not mean they're hiding from the world. Sometimes it simply means they've chosen a quieter relationship with it. Now I'm curious. Are you someone who posts photos regularly, or someone who almost never does? And if you're in that second group, which of these patterns felt the most like you?